Hey, Jess. I think we should get a divorce.
Hi, is this really Chris? This is completely out of the blue. What are you talking about? Can you please elaborate a little more?
There is nothing to elaborate. I'm sorry, but I would like to file for divorce.
I am so confused right now. You can't suddenly text me to get a divorce. I don't understand where this is coming from. I think you do need to explain a little more. Like, did something happen? Can you start with maybe telling me the reason why you want to get a divorce?
Well, there is something I have to tell you. I have another family.
Okay. You have another family. I still don't quite understand. Are you telling me that you had an affair with someone else? What do you mean by another family?
Like, I have a kid now. My girlfriend is pregnant.
Hold on a second. One thing at a time. Did you just say, my girlfriend? What the hell are you talking about? Is this for real?
I would never joke about something like this. Of course, I'm being dead serious right now.
So, let me get this straight. You had an affair with someone, who you now call your girlfriend, and then you got her pregnant. Is that right? Chris, we are literally in the midst of trying to have a baby.
Yeah, I know that.
Like, we just went to the doctor the other day to get tested for anything that might complicate our pregnancy. Are you telling me that you were taking all of these tests with me while you were getting your girlfriend pregnant? I don't understand. We haven't even gotten our results back yet. Like, why would you be okay with trying to get pregnant with me when you were sleeping with someone else?
Yeah, I know. You don't have to explain it back to me. It's my fault, okay? I do feel bad about it. But at the end of the day, it's not the baby's fault.
I'm sorry?
I'm thinking about the future. And I think us getting a divorce is what is best for the baby. You gotta think about the baby. I really want my girlfriend and me to give our baby a happy and healthy life. So you and I have to end things.
I have no words to say to you right now. My head is spinning.
Please, you have to understand. It's for the baby.
Honestly, I'm having a really hard time understanding what is happening right now. Like, do you really expect me to just say, okay, sure, yay for the baby, to everything you just told me? Like, this is way too much information. I think I need a moment to process everything.
But I'm asking you sincerely, aren't I? What more am I supposed to say? The situation is what it is. What do you expect me to do about it? What can I do to convince you to get a divorce?
Jesus, Chris. Listen to yourself for a second. You shoot me a text out of the blue to end our marriage, and then proceed to blast me with all of your horrible lies. Do you understand that? I haven't done anything wrong here. Don't turn this on me.
Yeah, but you aren't listening to me. I'm already past that. As I said, this is all for the baby. I think you should really be the bigger person about this. As adults, we should think about the baby first.
Unbelievable. Forget it. You are making absolutely no sense. Can you at least let me talk to your girlfriend or whoever she is?
Why do you need to talk to her?
I get that none of this is the baby's fault, okay? But I don't think it's really about the baby right now. I think you're missing the big picture here. I don't know if you remember, because you apparently have been acting like you don't, but you and I are married. We are bound by law, right? So that relationship you have with your girlfriend is what is called an extramarital affair. In the eyes of the law, this is a crime. It is punishable.
Whoa. You don't need to get all worked up and serious about it, okay?
You have to let me meet her and talk to her face to face.
There is no way I'm doing that.
Why not?
If you meet her, I don't know what you will do to her. For all I know, you can start attacking her and hurt the baby.
Do you really think that I'm going to start attacking your girlfriend and hurt the baby? How rude of you to think that I'd do anything remotely close to that. I'm not a monster. If everything you told me is true, the least you can do is let me talk to her. I need to make sure that you and her will both take full responsibility for your actions.
Responsibility? Okay. But wait a minute. I know what you were doing here. You keep talking like this is all my fault. But am I really the only one in the wrong here?
Are you joking right now? Is that even a question? What is wrong with you?
Hey, just because I'm the one who happened to have a baby with another woman doesn't make it all my fault, okay? Like, have you thought about the reason why I even have a girlfriend? What made me want to be in a relationship with someone other than you? Don't you think you have some fault in that?
A fault in what, exactly?
Like, maybe it's because of how you treated me and how you made me feel. Maybe that's something you need to reflect on more and think about.
What do you mean by the way I treated you?
I mean, yeah, from an outsider's perspective, it may seem like it's all my fault because of the extramarital affair or whatever. And I get that what I did has its consequences. I own up to that, okay? But I don't know. Don't we need to take a moment to think about why I would even do that in the first place? I feel like there are two sides to the story here. You only see it from your perspective. But how about mine? I feel like there might be people out there who would be understanding of my side of the story once they know the reason.
I'm sorry. I'm not following.
Like, think about it, Jess. Was our marriage that perfect? You really didn't think there weren't any issues with us? Is it really that surprising to you that I would want to be with someone else?
I mean, if there was any reason for you to do something like that, I guess I would say that maybe it's because we were both busy with work and we didn't have enough time for each other.
Wrong. Strike one. Try again.
Ew, why are you saying it like that? Is this a game to you? Fine. Maybe because you don't like me anymore?
Well, kind of. But still, wrong. Strike two.
I really don't like you making light of the situation like that. You need to cut it out right now.
Jeez, you're always no fun. Well, I guess you never really got me then. The answer is this. You blamed me for us not being able to have a baby. You said that I was infertile.
I never said that. That is simply not true.
Oh, really? Think about it. Think about everything you have said to me. You always said things to imply that I'm the one who was infertile and it was my fault that it was difficult for us. Imagine how that would make me feel, to be constantly told and reminded of that day in and day out.
I'm sorry, I just can't seem to wrap my head around all of this. Everything you're saying is just getting crazier by the minute. So you're telling me that that is what was bothering you this whole time?
Yeah. And isn't it usually the woman's fault anyways? Like when babies can't be conceived, it's usually not the father's fault, right? I think we both know that it's 100% your fault. You just don't want to admit that. But you just kept asking me to get tested, as if it's my fault. Do you know how much emotional damage you caused me by pushing me like that every day?
That's really not fair for you to say. I don't think you understand how this all works. The only reason why I was asking you to get tested was because my test came back clean. It proved that my body has no issues. Why else would I need to keep pushing you to do that? Isn't that a normal thing for a wife to ask her husband? Especially if we were both trying so hard to get pregnant.
Okay, but that test is bogus though, isn't it? It's not definitive of whether you were fertile at the time.
What? No, it is a completely legitimate test. Besides, you agreed and already took the test. You never spoke up about not wanting to take it before now. This is the first time I'm hearing you say any of this. Why didn't you tell me earlier? I thought we were on the same page about this. That we both wanted a baby together. Were you just lying to me the entire time?
Of course I wasn't lying to you. I also wanted to have a baby. In fact, I wanted us to have a baby more than anything in the world. That's why I took the test, even though I knew it wasn't going to mean anything. But no matter how many times we tried, you weren't getting pregnant. Does it make me a bad person to want to be with someone who will have a baby with me? Like, that's literally the only thing I wanted in our marriage.
Oh, that was the only thing you wanted, was it? Gosh, I can't believe what you were saying to me right now. I can't believe I was trying to have a baby with you.
Huh. That worked out for you then. Imagine being me, though. How I felt being stuck in this marriage with no prospect of having kids. And then, here comes along this woman who knows a man's needs. And she is willing to try with me and even successfully gets pregnant with my baby. That's all I ever wanted. That's like a man's dream come true. This is what men have been like from the beginning of time. All men have this inner desire to want to be with a woman who can procreate. It's just instinct. Men can't control that.
I think I'm going to throw up. This is the worst mansplaining I have heard in a long time. I now realize that there is no point in me trying to reason with you like a normal person anymore.
Well, that explains why you don't understand anything about my needs. If you can't give me a baby, does that even make you a woman?
I can't even begin to comment on what you just said. Just tell me, who is this woman? At this point, I really have to see who we are dealing with.
I'm not going to tell you. I don't trust you.
Fine. Suit yourself. I can just look her up myself.
Hey, don't you dare contact her. I'm warning you. She is none of your business. There is no need to get her involved in this. I already apologized to you. Isn't that more than enough?
Wow. Do you even understand what an apology means? This is the farthest thing from it. I guess I can't expect much from someone who shamelessly defends himself based on the man's inner desire for procreation. Since you are, as you proudly put it, such an animal, you may not understand this. But people who live in this society live according to laws, and there are laws against those who commit infidelity. So whether you like it or not, I am lawfully entitled to sue that woman. She is already part of this, whether you like it or not.
Hey, don't you dare talk to me like I'm stupid. I already know about all of that.
If that's the case, then let's proceed accordingly. I will call my lawyer, and if you would like, you should get one too.
A lawyer? God, Jess, you always have a way of making such a huge deal out of nothing. Didn't you hear anything I just said? This is practically all your fault. You are the one who failed to get pregnant with my baby.
You should really start being a little more careful with the things you say to me. All you are doing is just adding to that future alimony you'll be paying.
Just shut up. I am so done with you. I should have divorced you a long time ago, you useless woman. I don't care how much alimony I have to pay as long as you get the hell out of my life.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Chris. Let's just hope you don't regret what you just said. Because I won't forget it.
The hell do I care? You have nothing on me. You and your good-for-nothing uterus can go cry yourselves to sleep.
Hey girl, what's up? It's been a minute. I heard you were looking for me or something. Chris told me all about it. Just wanted to check in to see if you needed me. Oh, Lizzie, it's been a while. To what do I owe the pleasure? I know, it's been like so long, right? I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am to be giving birth to Chris's little baby boy. Isn't that so crazy? Wait a second. You are Chris's girlfriend? Duh. That's what I've been saying this whole time. Hold on, you didn't know? Gosh, where have you been? This is outrageous. Lizzie, we've known each other since kindergarten. I don't understand how you could do this to me. I thought we were friends. Well, I haven't always been making the best decisions in my life, I thought that it was about time I start having some stability. You always said how amazing your husband was. And I just thought, man, if only I had someone like Chris in my life, everything will just go in the right direction. You know what I'm saying? But then I was like, what if I just went for it, I mean, I didn't think I'd actually snatch him up, but…
Do you even realize the damage you have caused? You not only hurt me, but you also ruined our family.
Oh my God! Did you just say family? What family are you talking about? Oh, you poor thing. That is so pathetic. You have to have kids to call it a family, sweetie.
Please don't call me sweetie.
Girl, you are making me crack up. Look at you trying to be all like, my family, when it's really just like you and Chris. Soon to just be you. But I mean, oh, you poor thing. It must really suck to not be able to have babies. I wouldn't know what to do with myself if I were so useless,
Did I ever do something to you, Lizzie? I think you have crossed the line.
Girl, chillax. It's all just for fun. But let me tell you, Chris would always come running to me crying over and over again. Saying things like, Jess won't give me a baby. Or like, I can't keep living with a woman who can't even do something simple as having babies.
I don't need to hear any of this. You can stop now.
Oh my God, just let me finish, okay? So anyways, you know how we work at the same company? You would think that we would run into each other from time to time, but since we work at such a large office, we actually never saw each other. So, I had to really work my way around to make sure that I do. You know what I'm saying? Pull some strings and stuff.
So you were the one who approached him first?
Yeah, girl. I just went up to him and said, oh, I know your wife, Jess. We've known each other for a long time, since kindergarten. And then out comes all of this bad-mouthing about you. It was just one complaint after another, just yapping away about everything. I didn't even have to try. All I had to do was just agree with everything he said. It was so easy to get him to like me.
He had that many complaints, huh?
Yeah, I was so shocked. Because, all you ever said was you guys were doing this and that and just bragging about how wonderful your marriage was going. So I was like, whoa, behind that fake smile was all of this? Girl, this is a really crappy situation. You need to get your man together.
Honestly, I had no idea he had that many frustrations about our life together. Can you share with me some of the things he mentioned to you?
Okay. Let me think. Oh, I got one. He didn't like the way you always yelled at him when he left his socks on the living room floor. Or how you were always nagging him to do chores on the weekends. He works so hard during the week, so he doesn't want to do more on the weekend. But he was mainly upset about how you just failed at giving him a baby.
I see. He was upset about my infertility.
Yeah, it's basically all he ever talked about. He would say things like how you tricked him into marrying you, and he never would have if he had only known.
Oh, wow. The truth comes out then. I can't believe he would insult me like that behind my back.
Don't you kind of deserve it, though? I mean, from what I can see, he's doing his part fine. So it's kind of all on you that you can't get pregnant.
I think I have heard enough about that already.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, then we started hanging out more often. And he started talking about how you would say mean things to him, like that he was infertile and it was his fault that you weren't getting pregnant, blah, blah, blah. And he would come to me about this over and over again,
Right.
And one night, we were super drunk, and he started talking about it again, I mean, he was getting really emotional about it. And so I was like, Oh my god, what if we try doing it without a condom? Then we can see if he really is infertile or not. So we checked in at the motel across the street. And here we are. Isn't that so funny?
I think I understand the situation now.
But like, the crazier thing is, we only needed to do it once. Isn't that so insane? I mean, you guys had to try over and over and over again. It was taking forever, you know?
Yeah, that's good for you.
I know, right? So yeah, that's how it all went down. Anything else you want to know?
I do have one question. How long has it been since you guys started seeing each other?
I guess it was about 6 months ago.
6 months? Wow, that's a long time. I can't believe I didn't notice that the whole time.
Oh, you poor thing. I do feel so sorry for you. You have no idea. Anyway, are you satisfied now?
How could I be satisfied?
Well, you had some questions for me, right? Did I answer all of them?
Do you really have no remorse for what you've done?
Oh my god! You need to take a chill pill. You know, I could have just easily not said anything about anything to you. But then I just thought, you know, you can't have any babies. And your husband left you too. All because of me, you know? And I started feeling a little sorry for you. I realized it must be so hard for you right now. So I decided I should reach out to you to check in on you. Wasn't that nice of me to do? I mean, after all, we are childhood friends, right?
I haven't heard from you in a long time. So I do appreciate you reaching out to me.
Right? See? I got you, girl. People do say I'm super thoughtful, you know? So, when are you guys getting a divorce? Because I'm gonna pop soon. And I definitely want the baby daddy to be official on paper before that, you know? Gotta get that in writing, quick!
We are filing for divorce very soon. But I think there is something that needs to be taken care of first. Neither of you have shown any remorse for what you have done.
What are you talking about?
I think you guys owe me an apology.
An apology? Oh, okay. I am so sorry this happened to you. Like that? Should I send that to you in hard copy?
Is this all funny to you?
Girl, I am so serious.
Okay, I really have no time nor the mental energy for any of this. I'm going to talk to my lawyer about this, and I will have him reach out to you guys once he's drafted the complaint against you and we're ready to go to court. So please make sure to reach out to him directly for further action.
Court? What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do you mean? This is just common sense.
But I'm pregnant right now.
So what?
Wow, girl. You have no heart. You really want to take a pregnant lady to court?
What does that have anything to do with anything?
Why does the baby have to suffer the consequences? You taking money from me and Chris means you're taking money away from the baby.
Yes, I get that.
How could you do that to the baby? I did the responsible thing, didn't I? I was the one who reached out to you.
That is correct.
And I shared everything with you honestly. I didn't have to, but I did.
That is also correct.
After all of that, how can you talk about court? Something is seriously wrong with you.
No, Lizzie. Something is seriously wrong with you.
What did you just say to me?
This whole conversation is insane. A normal person would not steal their childhood friend's husband. And a normal person would not get pregnant with their childhood friend's husband.
Well, that's all because you are infertile.
Actually, I'm not the one who's infertile. In fact, please stop saying that about me. It's very rude to the women who are actually struggling with infertility problems.
What are you even saying? That doesn't make any sense. I'm literally pregnant with Chris's baby right now. If I got pregnant with Chris, that's proof that he is fertile, right?
You can keep telling yourself that. Doesn't matter to me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got a lot of talking to do with my lawyer. Don't expect to be marrying Chris before we've dotted all our I's over here.
Jess, I've known you for a really long time, but I have to say, you are literally the worst. You are the devil, Jess. You should be ashamed of yourself. You have no sympathy.
Wow, you took the words right out of my mouth. I can say the exact same thing about you.
Excuse me?
All right, let's review what has happened here. 1. My husband cheated on me and broke my trust. 2. He cheated on me with my childhood friend, who also broke my trust. 3. The both of you continue to insult me by saying that I am infertile, which is not true. So let me ask you this. Who is the one with no sympathy here? What kind of a friend does that make you? Actually, by definition, it makes you not my friend.
Well, now that you put it like that, it does kind of suck to be in your shoes. I feel bad for you.
And despite all of that misery you two put me through, I am still willing to take the higher road by getting out of your way. Because I also believe that that baby deserves a chance at a happy life. No child should suffer the consequences of adults' decisions.
Okay, fine. You're right.
I have lost count of how many times I wish that the two of you would get hit by a bus or something. But at the end of the day, that baby didn't do anything wrong. So ultimately, I wish you two success for the baby's sake.
Well, I'm glad we both agree on that. In that case, does that mean you will reconsider the lawsuit?
No. What I'm saying is, some compensation is the least you can do for all the damage you have caused. If you truly care about the child's life, this is what you would do. So you can start on a clean slate for your new family.
I guess so.
From this point forward, you can talk to my lawyer. I will not be talking to you directly ever again.
All right, fine, if that's what you want.
I do want to send over some paperwork to you, but I want to make sure it is sent somewhere where I know you will receive it and not get ignored. Unfortunately, I can't trust you or Chris to not let this slip through the cracks. So is it okay if I send it to your work address?
What? Hold on. I don't want you to send anything like that to my company address. That's like private stuff. Why would you do that?
I thought you guys are getting married though, right? Sooner or later, wouldn't your coworkers find out about it anyways? I'm not trying to barge into your workplace or anything crazy like that. It's just sending some documents.
Oh, that's true. I guess that's fine.
Once you receive the documents, you can contact my lawyer.
Hey, I feel like I really messed up. I'm sorry, okay?
Whatever. Goodbye, Lizzie.
Oh my god! Can you believe how cute he is?
Hello. Sorry, I don't have your number saved on my phone. Who is this?
This cutie's mama! It's me! Lizzie! I look so good in this picture, don't I?
Lizzie. I thought I blocked you. How did you manage to contact me?
Oh, I just got a new phone. New number and everything.
Great. I can never seem to be able to get away from you. What do you want?
Aw, don't be like that. I thought we were over it.
It's not something I will get over. I made myself clear last time we met that I don't want anything to do with you or Chris anymore. You are nothing to me now. Don't pretend like nothing happened.
That's such a long time ago. Why are you still hung up over all of that?
I am not going to explain myself again. You shouldn't have contacted me. What do you want?
Oh, come on! For all time's sake! Aren't we basically like sisters at this point? You can't just cut me out, you know. I just wanted to ask you something. Can't I ask you one question?
You're gonna ask me anyways.
See? You know me so well. So what have you been up to these days? Do you have a boyfriend yet?
I knew you were going to ask something pointless like that. No, I don't have a boyfriend. Even if I did, I won't tell a homewrecker like you.
Ouch. That's a bit harsh. Aw, so no boyfriend yet then. Must be tough out there.
Sure.
Aw, I'm so sorry you haven't found someone yet. I guess it's hard to get married again after being divorced and all.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are you divorced, you also have infertility issues, right? That's a double whammy. Hard to come by someone who would want to marry someone like that. I feel so sorry for you.
I'm sorry. Is that all you have to say? If that's the case, can you please never contact me again? I'm going to block you again. Don't make me get a restraining order on you.
Oh my god, girl. Always so serious. I'm just playing with you. I actually have some really important news to tell you.
Get on with it then.
So, I can't believe this is happening, but I am happy to share that I'm pregnant with my second child. Woohoo!
That's great.
Hey, aren't you happy for me?
Your life has nothing to do with me anymore.
Are you still bitter about what I said earlier? Come on, you always take everything too seriously. Okay, I'm sorry I said that. I won't say it again, I promise.
Congratulations on the baby. What did Chris say when you found out?
Oh, Chris? He was so ecstatic. And by the way, he really is such a good man. Married life has been so good to us. Like, he has never cheated on me, you know? He's also, like, such a good dad. Always working so hard for our family. I mean, we can't afford me to be just a housewife yet, so I have to keep working for a little bit longer. But I don't mind it at all. Because Chris is actually really good around the house. Like cleaning and cooking. He's such a supportive husband. You really missed out.
That's just so great, Lizzie.
After seeing the kind of family man that he is, I really felt good about having another child with him, you know? He is such a good dad. Imagine him having a baby girl. Isn't it so fantastic? Life is so amazing. I really can't thank you enough.
What are you thanking me for exactly?
If you didn't divorce him, he wouldn't be my husband. He's such a good catch, you know. It's all because of you that I have such a wonderful man in our family. I am the happiest woman in the world.
Yeah, I'm sure that happiness won't last very long, though.
Rude. You are such a Debbie Downer. Are you just jealous that I am living my best life? What a terrible thing to say to someone who is genuinely happy. Where is this all coming from? Are you, like, butthurt or something?
Pretty sure I'm not that butthurt about it.
Well, I can't put up with that kind of negative energy. Just because you aren't happy doesn't mean you can make me feel bad. Our family is as happy as we can be, and you can't take that away from us. Chris is getting a promotion, too. So after I give birth to our little girl, I can quit working full-time and switch to a part-time job. And soon enough, we will be financially stable enough so that I can quit working and be a full-time mom. I've got it all figured out, you know.
Oh, is that so?
Of course! You don't know anything. It's really not nice of you to keep bringing others down, you know. Just because you aren't happy doesn't mean others can't be.
It's interesting. To me, it all sounds just like you are trying to convince yourself.
What do you mean by that?
What are you so afraid of? Are you worried that something bad is going to happen? Maybe someone is going to find out about what you've been hiding?
What are you even talking about? What do you know?
Could it be that Chris found out about it already? Aren't you worried about that?
I don't understand. What are you saying? I mean, from what I heard, you guys are getting a divorce, right? A divorce? Who told you that? You can't joke about things like this, Jess. This isn't funny. Oh, shoot. You didn't know. Chris found out that he is infertile. It's impossible for him to make babies naturally. You're lying. No, it's true. We were trying to get pregnant for a long time, but since it wasn't working, I finally convinced him to get tested. We were still going through the tests and waiting to hear back the results leading up to the divorce. Yeah, but didn't we establish that you were the one with infertility issues? Yeah, Chris definitely lied about that. As I repeatedly told you before, I am not infertile. The tests were definitive. After we found out that there were no issues on my end, we decided to get him tested too. We didn't get the results back until after the divorce, so there was no way for him to know for sure if he was infertile or not. Then how come you are telling me now that Chris is infertile? Are you just trying to manipulate me and take him back again? No. I would never do that to myself. I went to the hospital recently for the first time in a few years. That's when my doctor showed me the results from his fertility tests. Supposedly, he never came to the hospital himself to pick them up. I guess he really didn't care after the divorce. He told the doctor to give them to me instead the next time I come back for an appointment. Can the doctor really do that? Like, show you his test results? Chris gave him permission and said that the results have nothing to do with him now, so he doesn't need them. Honestly, I didn't know what to expect, but I was so shocked to see those results myself. If that's true, how does that make any sense? My firstborn is Chris's baby. I got pregnant after that one time we did it. Yeah, so you can stop lying about that, Lizzie. Chris told me he looked into things. No, he didn't. He found out that you were with some guy way before Chris came into the picture. It's someone you've known for a long time and have quite a history with. That's not true! He's like some D-list actor, right? He still hasn't gotten his big break, so he's not really financially there yet. So when he found out that you got pregnant with him, he refused to marry you. Shoot! How can you know all of this? And you freaked out thinking that you would have to raise a kid on your own. So you took advantage of Chris's situation and made him think that it was his. Am I wrong? How did you get this information? Chris emailed me about it. Why are you guys emailing? I emailed him first to let him know the results of the fertility test because I thought he should know. I obviously don't want to associate with him ever again. But, I mean, it had other implications, so I knew in my gut it was the right thing to do. He was surprised too, to say the least. That's when he started looking into whether the baby was really his or not. God, you have always been so annoying like that! Butting into other people's business. Why the heck would you do that? He specifically told the doctor he didn't want to see the results. All the same, doesn't he have the right to know about his own body? Especially if it meant he might be living with a cheater. The last thing I want is for anyone to feel betrayed the way I did. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. So I had to tell him. I emailed him about the results first before I met up with him to hand him the hard copy. What did he say? He said he was going to look into things. I mean, he looked pretty disappointed, but can you blame him? When was this? Was it yesterday? Or the day before yesterday? 3 months ago. No. For 3 months? I can't believe he knew about this for that long. How come he didn't tell me? Yeah, so I think he needed some time to collect all the evidence, and it seems like he has a lot of it now. Last time I spoke with him, he said he was ready to file for divorce. No! Chris wouldn't do that! There is no way we can get a divorce! It's not like I can do anything about it. That's between the two of you. You should convince him not to do it! I'll go break up with the other guy. I promise to never meet with him again. Please, you have to stop him. Yeah, but again, this isn't my problem. You should tell that to Chris yourself. But I haven't been able to get in touch with him. And I can't find any of his stuff around the house. think he packed up his things already. What if he never comes back?
Oh, man. I guess it was too late then.
How can you say it like that? What's going to happen to my unborn baby? I know for sure that this one is definitely Chris's baby.
Oh my, Lizzie. I mean, clearly it doesn't make sense that you are pregnant again when he is infertile. But he's checked already, just to be sure. And what do you know? It turns out he is not the father. Again.
Wait, how did he check?
I think you said there was a blood test that you had to do to check on the progress of the pregnancy. The one you do to make sure the baby is healthy, right?
Oh my god. It must have been that time when we were at the hospital together.
It's so insane to me that you thought you'd be able to get away with it twice. Pulling it off once is one thing, but the audacity to try it again is quite something. It's like they say, once a cheater, always a cheater. Well, this really has nothing to do with me anymore, so I bid you well. Goodbye forever, Lizzie.
No, Jess, wait. Aren't we childhood friends? We are practically sisters. You can't just leave me alone like this. I am sorry for what happened before. I really am. I apologize for everything. And for saying things like that you were infertile. So please forgive me. You have to talk to Chris. Don't let him leave me. What am I supposed to do if he does? I'm begging you. Jess!
Lizzie and Chris did end up getting divorced. Lizzie got custody of both of the kids, naturally. They are still working at the same company, but obviously it is an uncomfortable situation for everyone. Lizzie can't quit because she has to keep making money to raise 2 kids on her own. So it seems like Chris is making arrangements now to get a new job elsewhere. People at work were already looking down on their marriage, so when this came out of it, everyone was completely fed up with them. The only reason why I know about any of this is because Chris reached out to me after all of this went down. He said he now knows what it feels like to be on the other side of a divorce. I guess he thought I would have sympathy for him because he tried to get back together with me. I am honestly appalled that after everything that he put me through, he still had the nerve to say something like that to me. It took everything in me to not punch him in the face. Instead, I have decided to make the wiser choice and just block him so he can never get in touch with me ever again. Good riddance. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to see more content.